Hi guys, this is a follow-up to my other video that was how to say how are you in 21 languages. And now I want to do how to say good morning in 21 languages. This is also a good way to connect with people and to, well, just to be friendly to others when you're abroad. Okay, here we go. Well, in Dutch, you say goedemorgen. Goedemorgen. In German, it's pretty much the same. It's guten Morgen. In French, they just use bonjour. Bonjour. In Spanish, they say buenos dias. In Italy, they use buongiorno. It makes me think of the movie, what was it called with Brad Pitt, where he would go like buongiorno. Well, anyway, it's buongiorno. In Portuguese, they say bom dia. In Russia, they say dobre utra. Dobre is good and utra is morning. In Croatia, they say dobre jutro, which is almost without the J in the pronunciation. Okay, this one is pretty hard, I think, the Turkish one. It is written as günaydin, but if you say it, it is more like gu na hi. It's an H, nahi dun. So it's like gunahidun. Gunahidun. If I don't do this right, please let me know in the comments, please. In Greek, it's pretty easy. It's kalimera. In Moroccan, they use asba el kir. Asba el kir. And I'm not sure if this is the same, the classic Arabic and the Moroccan one. I found it here. It was written slightly different. But in classic Arabic, they say it's Sabaha el Kir. So that's almost the same. Let me go down a bit. Okay, in Iran, they say Sob Beker is the way it's written, but it's like you pronounce it like Sobecher. Sobecher. So you use it like almost with a G instead of the KH. Sobecher. In Thailand, I have a few questions about these as well. Maybe you guys can help me with it. In Thailand, they don't really say good morning. They just say sawadee-kap or sawadee-ka if you're a woman. The thing that I don't know for sure is this, the krup part. Some people write it like this, and some people write it like this. So I'm not sure which one it should be. Well, anyway, if you really want to say good morning, you say sawadee-kap kon noi. That's the morning part. Okay, in Malay, you say selamat pagi. Selamat pagi. That's pretty easy, I think. This is almost, the G is almost the K. In Tagalog, in what they speak in the Philippines, they say magandang umaga. The pronunciation almost goes with an O, like magandang umaga. In South Korea, it's like in the previous video I already said the annyeong haseyo, the how are you part, and basically that's what they say every part of the day. They don't really use good morning as well. But if you really want to say it, it's annyeong hashimnika. Hashimnika, the singing part, remember? In Japanese, they say ohayo gozaimasu. In South Africa, which is like almost the same as Dutch, they pronounce it slightly different. They say goeiemorgen. This is like a thing that I don't know how that works with my keyboard. So, well, anyway. In Swahili, they say habari ya asubuhi. Pretty cool. I like this language. I think I want to learn like everything there is about it. And the last one, the 21st one, is in Hebrew. In Hebrew, you say bogatov. Bogatov. Okay guys, thanks for watching the videos, and if you have any comments, leave them below, and be sure to check out my next video. Thanks. If I go on a holiday, I always like to learn a bit of the local language. It makes it easier to connect with the local people, and usually you end up in like really cool places where the local people will take you if you speak to them in their own language. So that's why I'm making this video, and I want to show you guys to say how are you in 21 different languages. I decided to already write it down since you can see my writing is pretty horrible, so to make you guys be able to read it, I already wrote it down. Well, the first one is my own language, so that's pretty easy for me to do. In Dutch, you say "How are you?" by saying "Alles goed," "Alles goed." In German, a lot of people think Dutch and German is like the same language, but it's not. In German, you say "How are you?" as "Wie geht's dir?" In French, you say "Comment ça va?" In Spanish, you say, well, I write it down like "Cómo estás?" is the way it's written, but you say it like without the O and without the S. You more say like "Come sta?" In Italy, they say "Come stai?" Pretty much, these languages pretty much look like the same in Europe. In Portuguese, you say "Como vai?" Okay, now on to something totally different, Russian. I write it like "Как дела?" but the pronunciation is without the E, so you say "Как dela?" In Croatia, they say "Kako zi?" But in the pronunciation, it is almost without the O. They usually say like "Kak zi?" On to Turkish. Writing it down, it makes it look pretty difficult, but the pronunciation is easier. I write it like "Nazal sinin," but you pronounce it like "Nasasin." Like sin. This is an E if you're questioning. In Greek, they say "Posiste." In Morocco, they say "Lebes." Pretty easy. Okay, on to classic Arabic. I'm not sure if I wrote it down in the right way. If it's different, let me know in the comments, please. You know, there are a lot of different Arabic countries with a lot of different dialects, but I thought this was the classic one. So anyway, the pronunciation is kef halek. Pretty sure about that. It's more like kef halek. In Iran, they say chotori. It says the E, I think the pronunciation goes towards an O, where they say chotori. In Thailand, they use sabai di mai. Pretty easy. Malaysia, Indonesia, they both speak the same language in the two countries. Dialects might be different, but the language is called Malay. And they say "How are you?" as following "Apa kabar?" Pretty easy one. In the Philippines, a lot of people think in the Philippines they speak something like Filipino or something, but actually the language is called Tagalog. And in Tagalog, you say "How are you?" by saying "Kumusta ka?" There is a space between kumusta and ka, but you can say it like one fluid word, like "Kumusta ka?" So, in South Korea, they say "Annyeong haseyo." It looks really difficult, but if you practice it a few times, it's pretty easy. I always like to say in Korea, they sing their language. They go like "Annyeong haseyo." I don't mean to make fun of you guys, but in Japanese, they say, well, you write it like this, "Genki desu ka?" but actually it's more like "Genki desu ka?" Kinky. Desu ka. That's like the way to pronounce it, "Kinky desu ka?" In Chinese, ni hao means hello, and if you just add ma to it, you already say "How are you?" So ni hao ma. In Kenya, they speak Swahili. There are a lot of African countries where they speak Swahili. I'm not sure which ones, but I'm pretty sure Kenya is one. And in Swahili, to say "How are you?" you say "Habari gani." Pretty cool. And the last one, the 21st one, is Hebrew. In Hebrew, you say "How are you?" by saying "Manishma." This is like the general "How are you?" There is a difference between male and female, but you can say this to everyone. Manishma. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. And if you have any comments, please tell them. And don't do them about my writing, because I know that's horrible, please. And okay, hope to see you in my next video. Thanks.